Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you all for being here today. Happy Thursday. One more day to go. How are you guys feeling today? How's everything going? I hope everything is going well. These messages are helping you. And just please continue to show up here on this channel because we're going to talk about a lot of things that will help you, and these things that most people don't talk about. They feel it, but they don't talk about these things. We're going to talk about it, address it here. Remember, this is a no judgment zone. We're not here to judge other people, but to uplift, encourage, and help one another. We all can use help from time to time, whether it's a word of encouragement, someone do make a kind gesture towards us, and just, you know, things that uplift. And that's what I do here on this channel. So please, if you know anyone who needs to hear these messages about healing grief, trauma, childhood, inner childhood wounds, I share my experiences. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a certified social worker or a therapist. I am somebody who went through so much, guys. And I'm just sharing my experiences because what I share here may resonate with someone. And you can take um, information from how I went from zero, when I say zero, down to the ground, and how God helped to raise me up as I helped myself. So we're going to talk about different things in different videos. Some of these videos are going to be long and some will be shorter, you know. Um, it depends on the content and title. So thank you once again for sharing these videos, for being here, subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. So let's remember before we get started with the topic of discussion, and I say this a lot because I had to learn this. People come into our life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a lesson. And I realized this about 2 years ago when let me move this up. Um, when I was dating someone, and I was dating that person for about 7 months or so. And, I noticed something that I didn't like. Like every time that person was coming around me or we went out or whatever the case, they came here, I went to their home. It's all this texting, texting, texting. And I know people have families and situations going on, but this was all the time. And then we had went out to eat, and all this texting, to the point where I address a situation by saying, if you're dealing with someone else, you're not going to see them and see me. And I guess it's the way I speak, to the point where people don't take me serious until I back it up with my actions. And then by that time, it's too late. Because, I look at it in this way. We're adults, we're not kids, you know, and getting a text, um, s- saying that this is over or whatever the case is. That's what kids and teenagers do. You don't expect that from adults. But I'm saying all of this because I'm making a point that I noticed that I started to change, because the old Lisa would have been hanging on. But when the last time that this person came to my home and they were texting with someone or whatever, and you know how people just start stuff so that they can leave. And there was no reason for it. There was no argument going on, but this person was texting and some other stuff went on that I'm not going to share here on this channel. And they got up to leave. And I had done nothing wrong to this person. And for the first time in my life, I held open the door, both doors, and let the person go. I didn't try to say, "Oh, please stay, can we talk?" or blah, because I had done nothing wrong. In fact, I was extremely good to this person. and they didn't appreciate it. Sometimes when you're really good to people, they get suspicious and think, what are you looking for? Blah, blah, etc. I'm not codependent on people. For in the past, I was a lot, but after my mom died, things changed with me, a whole lot. And I've always taken care of myself, etc. But, to have people in my life and to be like, oh, please, can we work it out? And chasing and running behind people. I learned not to do that as I started to heal, because I learned to love myself and know that I'm worth it. And especially if you haven't done anything wrong, nobody's perfect, but in a particular situation, you haven't done anything wrong, I'm going to let that person go. But be sure that if you go and this is what you want to do, don't come back. That's it. If something is going on, then you say, listen, I want to leave now. And then me and you can talk later because I just need to leave. Something. But to just get up after someone's been good to you and, you know, had dinner for you and everything ready and etc. No, I'm not running behind anyone. And so then I get what was it, an email, a breakup email, which pissed me off because if you wasn't, feeling this in the first place, but it wasn't really about that. It was about to go and deal with somebody else. And my thing is, once you leave to deal with somebody else, you're not coming back to me. I love myself enough to know that I'm worth it and I don't deserve the BS. And this person went off on their way, and yeah, it hurt people. Yeah, it hurt a lot. But I started to really do the work to heal myself and to just get into what was important to me. And the therapy, like I said, I do therapy once a week, the grief and dealing with all the inner hurts and everything. 4.5 months or 5 months later, this person wanted to come back. No, you're not coming back. And I kind of like made a prophecy. What you need to do is go and make amends with everybody that you used and hurt and did, dirt to. You need to make amends for it, or the wrath of God is coming, because you can't do. And this is what I meant a little bit in my video yesterday about doing things, do unto others as you want done to you, you know, because if you putting out negativity and you out to con someone, to hurt, to take from them, and you want people to take care of you because you're too lazy to take care of yourself, and you don't want to, compromise, you don't want to do the work to, make this work, you just want to use somebody. And this is why I just let it go. But I had to say what I needed to say, and I did that, and I moved on. But I I'm saying all of this because I realized that I was strong enough not to um, call this person and say, "Oh, please, please." And this is what they were used to with other women, and dealing with, "Oh, please, can we work it out?" And leaving somebody on, how do you say that expression? Leaving somebody on empty, just leaving them. And then when you feel like coming back, putting that person on a shelf. And when you feel like coming back, dusting them off and taking them off the shelf to play with them, no one's doing that. I'm not allowing that. And so, 5 months later, they thought because they had a habit of doing this to women, other people, and it would work with them, but it wasn't going to work with me. Like I said, I always march to the beat of a different drum, and I'm not putting up with it. The old Lisa probably would have, but this, it was no reason for it. And then almost 5 months later, trying to come back and say some BS. And, I said what I need to say, and that was it, and there's no coming back. That's why I tell people I talk a lot. Yeah. And if I meet someone, I really like that person and we're hanging out and stuff, I talk, we have conversations. I want to know what they feel. And, I ask questions to learn things. And, because with me, once I stopped talking, be concerned, because that means that I'm on my way to make an exit. And once I exit out, I'm not coming back. I'm not returning, because I've learned to love myself and know what my self-worth is. And nobody deserves that. Somebody playing games and doing the most and the worst and whatever. You know, everybody deserves love. Love in relationships, to me, is supposed to enhance your life, not bring hell to it. We all have problems and things come up, but you sit down, you talk about it, you make compromises, you come up with ways to make it work. Like I said, it's just like you have a box of pieces of puzzle. You don't know what the picture is going to be. You don't know the outcome until you start putting it together. And you may not know, it doesn't come with a manual. You don't know how to do this, so you just start someplace, as long as you make an effort. But when someone wants to be taken care of and they think you're going to do it, and not only do they think you're going to do it, they feel you're entitled to take care of them. That's some craziness to me. And I'm not going to yell and scream and act out of character. I'm just going to make an exit, because I don't want that type of relationship. I don't deserve that. I deserve exactly what I'm giving out too, and I don't know. It's just, and I was attracting those type of situations and people and narcissists and stuff like that. And I had to really dig deep within myself in therapy to understand why I was being subservient to people who didn't deserve to have me in their life. And my therapist really works with me and do the homework, and I had to learn how to love me and to know that I am important. So, excuse me, guys. And it took time. But like I said, I had to really study and learn that people come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, or a lesson. And if we don't learn lessons the first time around, it's going to come around again. And when that lesson come around again, it's going to be worse than before. So I try to learn them and don't let it come around the third or fourth time. Oh my God, it's worse. And so sometimes what I was doing in the past is, you know, when the relationship was at the end, or it ran its course, as people say, and I'm still trying to hold on and make it work. What I realize, it's not supposed to be, because some people are not meant to be in our lives for a lifetime. They're just there for us to learn a lesson. And once we learn, then they move on and we move on and take what we learn and make sure that we don't repeat that lesson. And I had to learn that. It took me a long, long time to learn that. But it's true. And once I learned that and started really doing the work, you know, within myself, um, things change for the better. It's a lot of work. So the topic, I'm talking a lot, guys, but the title is Do Not Give In Just Because You Might Face Adversity. It's so important to keep doing the work, because you're going to, as you continue to do so, even though you don't know in the beginning, the outcome and how things are going to work out, just keep going. Just keep working on yourself, investing in you. Because as you do that and build yourself up, you're going to experience self love if you don't already love yourself. We all are supposed to love ourselves, because as you love yourself, you're going to make better decisions within your life and for your life. You're not going to make impulsive decisions like I did. Oh, meeting someone, and feeling attracted to that person. Oh, you want to go out? Yeah, okay. We're in a relationship next week. That, just impulsive doing things. And then you're finding out all this toxic stuff that you don't want to deal with. I don't make decisions like that. And even if it's not a relationship, or if it's a business matter, or or a decision that's going to affect my life, I take my time and get to see what are the details of this. What's the outcome? How am I going to be affected by all of this? So I just sit on things, take my time, go in prayer with God, ask him to help me, you know, to lead me in the right direction. Because impulsive decisions for me could ruin my life. And I'm not talking about getting up to go to the store to go get something or take a vacation, a mini vacation. I'm talking about things that affect your life, big time. And I just take my time with everything, and I feel better and I do better, and as you start to self-love yourself, you're going to want to self-care automatically, naturally. You want to take care of your health, you want to take care of yourself, pamper yourself, you know because once you love yourself, that means that you're not going to settle. You're not going to feel so overwhelmed with being alone, because you know that you are saving yourself for the right person, somebody who's not who's on your level. You're not going to just settle for anything or anybody just because you're alone when you love yourself. And I had to learn that. Never allow anyone also to interfere with your healing process. If they don't like the fact that you just need time sometimes to be alone so that you can take care of yourself, your health, your physical, mental health, music or whatever it is, going for a walk, spending time with your pet, doing things to build yourself up. And if people can't understand that, I would never allow anyone to interfere with that, because without that, I can't grow and evolve, and it's important that we grow and that we love ourselves. Um, at first, my healing journey felt difficult and lonely because cutting off all these people who I had around me for a long time. But as I realized they didn't give a damn about me, um, I had to cut them off. And not only that, the toxicity and drama and stuff, as I mentioned yesterday. And then it felt lonely at first, but I learned to trust God and I learned to love myself and I kept going. I didn't give up and I made a vow to God, if He helped me, I will keep going. I don't know how this is going to turn out, the final outcome, but I'm going to keep going. And that was 3 years ago. And as I do so, I'm at a point where I'm comfortable with my life and with myself, and I'm experiencing inner peace. Inner peace is important because when you have inner peace and you ask God for that, and He gives that to you as you do the work and you continue to move forward without knowing the outcome of things, and you're handing it to Him and saying, I'm trusting you, God. But if, and you're taking steps, He's going to be there. He's not going to leave you and forsake you. And I had to learn to trust in God that way, walk by faith, because I didn't know how this is going to turn out, you know. But because I continue to stay on this path, I have inner peace now. And a lot of things don't bother me the way it used to. It kind of surprises me too, because, other stuff that would bother me when somebody says, I had abandonment issues a little too, and begging people to stay with me and all of that, and I had to heal those things. And now if someone, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt, if I like someone and they don't want to, you know date anymore, whatever, of course it's a disappointment, but it's not like me going out running towards them and trying to get them to change their mind or whatever. I just let them go, because you know what, people come into my life for a reason, season, lifetime, or a lesson. And perhaps this is a lesson, for me to learn. And then I start to meditate on what that lesson was so I don't have to repeat it. But remember that, people, if you don't remember a whole lot from this video, that just think of it in this way. People come into your life for reasons, you know, and then, because our emotions get all tied up with it, which is understandable. But if you keep that in mind, then you would understand that lessons have to be learned. Um, Now, I'm at the point where I don't mind not having a lot of people around me. I'm at inner peace. I do things to build myself up. I have days like I don't feel like doing much of anything. Earlier today was one of those days, and feeling like I need a mini vacation or whatever. But, you know, I keep going. I take breaks in between and do what I need to do. And then I come on here and, you know, I encourage others because I know what I've gone through and I had to go through this by myself. I didn't have a support system, but God, you know, I didn't have people who were cheering me on and encouraging me to keep going. I had to get up. And, you know, I fell down a whole lot of times because I didn't know how to do this. But as I continued to struggle through the pain and prayer and all of that, you know, I started to find creative ways to make myself feel better. You know, I love music, I love piano, I like watching videos that are uplifting, and you know, I watch comedy shows. You know, do things to make yourself feel good. Buy that special perfume you want, that nice blouse. You know, get your hair done, do the bubble bath, that pedicure, you know, or manicure, whatever you like to do that make you feel good and uplift your spirit. Do those things for yourself. You don't need a partner to help you do that. You can do those things for yourself. Pamper your inner child, and then your inner child can start healing. You can start healing, you know, and anything that you regret doing, forgive yourself for it. You know, hold yourself accountable for it and forgive yourself and move on. Don't let it fester. Don't let it keep you in a space of being stagnated or broken or stuck. Because everything that happens, you know, to us, we have to, that's painful, of course, grief is to find an outlet for it. And then, you know, we can move on away from it and heal and look at it as a lesson and move forward. Learn a lesson, move forward. You know, and life is full of lessons. That's what I've learned, full of lessons. You know, and once we learn it, we can move on, you know. So that's the message today. It's a short one, not as long as before. But I want to encourage people when you feel depressed, lonely, um, you know, when you feel the grief come on, you know, let yourself feel it for a minute, but don't stay there. Do things that make you feel better. You know, volunteer at your favorite charity, or, you know, at, if you love pets, at an animal shelter. Do things that make you feel great, uplift your spirit, you know. And if you have a support system, use that, you know, because even people can't do anything about what you're going through. They can listen and be there to support you and encourage you and uplift you. And that's what it's all about, you know. And I learned so much and I'm still learning, turning pain into power, power into purpose, purpose into paying it forward, to show up here to help other people so that they can do the same, you know. That's so important to be at peace, people, instead of in pieces, you know, to take care of ourselves. Then we can, once we focus on building ourselves up, then we can focus on everything else around us. That's the message today. Share this video, hit the subscribe button so that you can subscribe to the channel, because I can't give a exact time every day, and you'll get a notification to know when I'm here. And hit the like button as well. Thank you all. And also don't forget to share. Thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow with a new message. Everyone have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.